When are we going to talk about the real pandemic that is gay men turning 30 and then pumping their face full of filler?
Which one of you tops let your twink out of the cage?
Mom,
Note, at least
the gays are fighting again!
It's the news. It's the news. It's the news. All right, so yeah, right there. All right, so let's get. Welcome everyone to the news. Let's start off by some of you have asked me, Steve, what's it all about, man? Like what is life? Is there a goal in life? Are we just kind of navigating our way until we die? Like what is life about? And it's about popping that pussy, you know? Amen. Okay. With that said, welcome to the fucking news. So let's start off tonight. Yeah, no bueno on this guy. Well, this man did one good thing. This man also, he embodied the values of the Catholic Church by liking fucking kids. David Fraudsham was a top civilian commander at a U.S. air base in Afghanistan. And that means he's in charge of all the civilians that work on the base. They're not in the military. They just took a government job. They're not in the military, but they do work on the base. So he was top dude, and he jokingly asked an IT technician on that base for access to YouPorn. The video sharing pornographic website. I don't think we need that description of what YouPorn is. The name, it's self-explanatory. During his time in the war zone, I don't know how to say his name, Fraudsham, he's a fucking sham of a person, told one woman that he hired her because he wanted to be surrounded by pretty women, end quote. Oh, fucking creep. And routinely called others honey, babe, and cougar. You know, fucking hurt. Before he was, he was ordered home after the military verified multiple allegations of sexual harassment. So this dude already had a history, a big history. So, and you know, I obviously look at his picture. He looks like, well, every time you see a picture of a pedophile, you're like, oh yeah, of course that dude's a pedophile. Look at him. But you know, fucking kitty porn Santa Claus over there. All right.
This bag is about to fuck you up!
Oh my gosh. Alright, so, quote, I would not recommend placing him back into a position of authority, but rather pursuing disciplinary actions at his home station, wrote one commanding officer when recommending that the Army order Fraudsham to leave his post at Bagram Airfield and return to Fort Huacha. I don't fucking know. A major Army installation in Arizona. According to a U.S. Army investigative file attained. But when Fraudsham returned to his home station in fall of 2015, he rejoined the Network Enterprise Technology Command, which is the Army's information technology service provider. So it's the Army's internet, pretty much. You know, the Army's IT guy. Oh, it's the Army's IT guys. There we go. Okay. Where he served there as a director of personnel for a global command of 15,000 soldiers and civilians, according to his Army resume. Oh, damn, he was in charge of soldiers, too. By the spring of the following year, he was arrested in Arizona for leading a child sex abuse ring that included an Army sergeant who was posting child porn to the internet. Among the victims was one of Fraudsham's adopted sons. Amen. All right. In the name of the Father, Son, and pedophiles. All right. Fraudsham pleaded guilty to sex abuse charges in 2016 and is serving a 17-year sentence. But records reviewed by the Associated Press show that the U.S. Army and the state of Arizona missed or ignored multiple red flags over more than a decade, which allowed Frodsham to allegedly abuse his adopted son and other children for years, all the while putting national security at risk. Whew. What's that Louis C.K. bit about pedophiles? Where he just goes, like, the pedophiles know the consequences of being a pedophile are very bad when you get caught. But it must be really good if they keep trying it, you know? They know what could happen, but it's just that good, you know? Must be. That was Louis C.K., not me, alright? Frodsham pleaded guilty to sex abuse charges in 2016 and is serving a 17-year sentence. But records reviewed by the Associated Press show that the U.S. Army, and I've already read this paragraph before. Fuck it, leaving it in. The state permitted Frodsham and his wife, Barbara, that's a white name, to foster, adopt, and retain custody of their many children despite nearly 20 complaints and attempted complaints of abuse, neglect, maltreatment, and licensing violations. Meanwhile, the Army gave Frodsham security clearances and sensitive jobs at a time when his illicit sexual practices made him vulnerable to blackmail. Oh, that's a good point. Figure out the head of IT at the Army likes them kids. Get him over to Russia, give him a kid for the night, videotape it, boom! Or just have him involved with Epstein. There's cameras at their house that that really rich, the dude that owns like Ralph Lauren or I forgot what his name was. But you know, so Jeffrey Epstein worked for intelligence in the intelligence in the U.S. government, like CIA probably, and his job was to get these rich, powerful people to fuck kids, secretly tape them, and then the government has to blackmail these rich people, and that's how the game is played. Leverage. So, that concludes Steve Explains How the U.S. Government Works, basically at 7. Yeah. Yeah, so all three of the people, Frodsham, the sergeants, and a third man not associated with the Army, are all serving prison terms for their roles that they played in the child sex abuse ring. So, alright, so this has gone over into civil court now, where Frodsham's adopted sons have filed separate lawsuits against the state for licensing David and Barbara Frodsham as foster parents in a home where they say they were physically and sexually abused throughout their lives. Ha! Fuck. Jesus. A third adopted son filed suit Tuesday in Arizona State Court. One attorney is representing all three. No bueno. Alright, so damn, that kind of seems to be the case. So both David and Barbara were victims of child sexual abuse when they were children. So I've always heard that if you get diddled, you're going to diddle when you're older, and that seems to come true a lot. I don't want to read all this shit. So basically, there's like, since like '02, there have been multiple accounts of just this dude and his wife just touching, fucking, sucking all the kids they adopted. And that's, yeah. I don't like, this shit it's just gross. Need to hear any more of that shit. Ugh. I'm going to cross off the list here with the Rolling Ball Precise V5 pin from Pilots. The best way to give someone an emergency tracheotomy when they can't breathe. You know? Cross it off. Boom! Getting shit done. So, I got a video to show you guys. It's a short documentary. I really like this guy. He's pretty inspirational, you know. And I can't wait to show you this, guys. Here we go.
A day in my life as a photographer rocking an extra 21st chromosome.
And I live home of my killer because of a death, finish, and capture a short moment. Today, I was definitely with my family. I love and act as this drum with me in a rude activity. There's pictures with them I like the best. Love to be in my things to help feel connected to the world best way. I hope you all out there are accepting that you love.
Well, I wasn't laughing. I had something in my throat. Precise V5 pin. The best. Whatever. So that's not good. All right. Man dies after setting himself on fire in front of the Supreme Court. Woo! A man has died after setting himself on fire in front of the Supreme Court in Washington, D.C. on Friday night. The court said there were no other injuries. 50-year-old Wayne Bruce. I thought it was Wayne Bruce. Fuck. 50-year-old Wayne Bruce of Boulder, Colorado, died of his injuries after being airlifted. He just went to the front and just poof.
Coffee. Dunkin' Donuts. America runs on
White power!
Damn. That's a short ass story. I was like, nothing. Well, alright then. Settlement Popeyes. Extra crispy. Alright. So this I'm just not even going to explain it. I'm just going to show you the video. If the page will load. Oh my god. This is annoying. Just keep talking to fill in the empty space. Technological issues. We good? Fuck. Right. Let's get it.
Identifies black? No, it's a serious question because you might not identify. Can you please put the mic? Thank you. Okay.
When I
Less
walked
than
into
not- I'm
when I
not done
walked
with
into
my
the
question.
room,
I
when
am
walked
not
into the
done
room-
with my question.
young lady,
I'm just asking you to listen to me. While
And
ask my
I'm about
question.
to answer the
Okay,
first question.
But I didn't finish my question.
There's more?
Okay. Yeah, I'm black.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the... He seems like the dad that if you went to church with him and you like you and your brother giggle a little bit, he just flick you with that finger of death. No bueno. So. Ooh. We're going to do a throwback story to end off the broadcast. This happens 2011. So. Yeah. So, I think the dude killed himself. So yeah, so this dude in Ohio had a bunch of lions, bears, big cats, tigers, like a bunch of just wild stuff. Yeah, like over 20 animals. Dude shot himself. Well, no, released all the animals, then shot himself. 49 animals were killed. 18 Bengal tigers, 17 lions, 6 black bears, a pair of grizzlies, 3 mountain lions, 2 wolves, and a baboon. So, the killings were senseless. Well, obviously. So, during the chaos, several individuals were arrested for attempting to steal the carcass of a lion that had been killed. Why would you? I guess you can stuff it, but put in your... Okay. What am I do? 6 animals were still in their cages. And the wife of Thompson returned to find at least 30 of her animals dead. The remaining living animals, a grizzly bear, 3 leopards, and 2 monkeys, are being taken to the zoo, where they belong. They passed a law shortly thereafter. They're just not going to let people. You can't do that no more. So we're just going to... As the broadcast ends, remember, brought to you by Pilot Precision. They're not going to sponsor me. So, with that said, sayonara. Isn't that what I think that's Japanese. I don't know. Sorry for appropriating the culture. My bad. I learned it from a Disney movie, okay? Have you seen those old Disney cartoons? Some of them are racist as fuck. You're going to yell at me for saying sayonara, okay? Jesus.
What are you doing? Bringing this old board. Be careful. Okay.